Hello， 我是阿滴。今天这支影片要带大家认识一下国际上的朋友。相信呢，最近在新闻上面大家都很常听到一个国家的名字，也就是立陶宛。这个位于欧洲的国家，不仅是在疫情期间不断的援助台湾，赠予我们疫苗以外，他们甚至同意让台湾以台湾为名，在立陶宛设置台湾代表处。所以可想而知的，大家对这个国家都非常的有兴趣。在网络上面，只要是跟立陶宛相关的任何商品，都会被抢购一空，没有办法买得到。所以今天拍这个企划，希望可以带大家认识立陶宛这个国家。同时，今天也非常开心可以邀请到立陶宛在台协会的会长Aušra跟我们一起来聊聊。然后今天呢，也有给他一个特别的任务，也就是我们要一起煮出一道立陶宛特色的料理。好，那我们欢迎Aušra。Hi, welcome.
Hello.
Please have a seat.
Thank you. 谢谢。
So, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Hello. My name is Aušra, and I live in Taiwan almost 7 years.
7 years, that's a long time.
Yes,
Why did you come to Taiwan in the first place?
Initially, I come to Taiwan because I met my now husband in Japan.
Okay.
And they come to Taiwan to visit him. Then I stayed here.
I heard you are the head of the community here. So, how did that happen?
We have so many Lithuanian communities abroad. When Lithuanians, they are traveling and living in foreign countries, they still want to be together. It's like a volunteer job. But we're doing many things, and most of them would include to make community people to stay together, make meetings to celebrate national festivals or meet on some other special occasions.
That sounds a lot like Taiwanese communities that's living abroad. We want to seek companion in like a foreign land. I can really relate to what you're doing for your community here in Taiwan. So in this video today, we actually have a couple questions for you. I've gathered these questions from my Instagram followers, and a lot of them are very curious about your country and where you guys stand. What we're going to do today is we're going to prepare a dish together, a Lithuanian dish that I heard that you're really good at. As we have the food, we'll go through the questions and I get to pick at your brain, and the questions from my followers get answered. And hopefully in the process, we'll get to know Lithuania better.
Okay, sure.
All right, now we're in the kitchen. Let's take a look at the ingredients and how we're going to process them.
First, we will be making cold beetroot soup.
Can you pronounce that name again?
Šalti barščiai.
Still can't get it. Šalti barščiai.
Šalti barščiai. Almost there.
Šalti barščiai. Okay.
For this soup, we will need beetroots. It's like one of the main ingredients. Then we will need so this is a Taiwanese yogurt, and this is another one yogurt we call kefir. We will use both of them, and then we will need the green onions, cucumber, dill. Dill is not very common used in Taiwan, right?
What's this?
It's a dill, like basil or like rosemary.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you know.
Yeah.
And we will need also eggs. And potatoes on the side. And later we will make up fried bread. We will use bread from the Finnish bakery. We will use a mayonnaise.
Is this from Lithuania?
This is a Lithuanian product.
Oh.
Garlic.
Garlic?
And then some cheese.
Okay.
Be careful for your nails, okay?
How about you grate this, and then I'll cut cucumbers.
Well, I'm done with my part. How about you?
Give me some more time. Wow, look at your hand. You look like you just killed someone.
My hand is bleeding. This one onion will be enough.
Okay. Whoa.
And then we pour over this one.
Okay.
So then now we start mixing.
Uh-huh.
So you see the pink color is coming, right?
Yeah. So that's where the color comes from.
Yes. So now we add like cucumber. It's up to you. And later we can still put something on the top.
I have no idea what this would taste like. Right,
I feel like a witch, making soup.
Yeah.
Okay, you can try it.
Okay. I've never had anything beet before, so I really have no idea how this would taste like. Okay, it's going to be sour, right? I just need some mental preparation.
Actually,
Sour?
it's sour, like a vinegar, like
And how close would you say this taste is compared to what you have at home?
8 to 9.
8 to 9. Oh, yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah, it is good.
It should
It's,
be refreshing, you know?
Yeah, it's refreshing. I've tasted this before.
Oh, really?
I've had this before. Yeah,
Where?
in Europe when I was a kid, when I was traveling in Germany or somewhere, they had this with like sourdough bread or something on the side. I think the color is a little bit intimidating, but it's all natural colors from the beet.
Yes.
And you can taste the beet.
Yes.
So yeah, this is much better than I expected.
Wonderful.
Success!
Yay!
Success! Cold beetroot soup served.
Ta-da!
Wow, this is very hard.
It is. And then we will heat it up, maybe for a minute.
All right, let's put this into the microwave.
Yes, thank you.
All right, our sauce is done. This looks very thick. It's
Very
like
cheesy. Right?
yeah, it is. It is melted cheese. Let's try it. Wow. This is good. So put everything onto the plate.
We can mix it like all around. Okay.
All right, fried bread done. Food is served. I have to say, it looks very exotic. It's like nothing you would ever see in Taiwan. This is the beet soup. So this is the most popular dish.
It's a traditional dish. This one is like #1 dish we would eat it during summertime because it's also hot and it tastes refreshing.
Yes. All right, let's try this. This is like a guilty pleasure. It tastes and looks very unhealthy, but it's just so good. And on the side, we have a couple of interesting bottles.
Yes.
What are these?
That's a sparkling mineral water from Lithuania.
Is this so exclusive in Taiwan? Because I see flags here.
Yes, it's a Taiwan and Lithuanian friendship flag. This one we drink as a cure of a hangover
Oh. Tastes like hard water with
with the mineral.
yeah, with more things, with more stuff in it.
A little bit salty, but actually after you drink, you feel refreshed.
All right, now that we've got a taste of the food, we have several questions from our followers, and people are very curious about Lithuania as a country. Usually we place stereotypes on countries, right? That's people's first entrance to getting to know a country. But for Lithuania, I would say most Taiwanese don't even have a stereotype.
Because they don't know.
Because they don't know. Yeah. So I gathered a few questions and let's go through them, and hopefully in the process people will get to know Lithuania better.
Sure.
The first question on the list we have already answered. What are some Lithuanian traditional cuisine?
So we tried Lithuanian cold beetroot soup called šaltibarščiai and fried bread with the cheese and mayo sauce with the garlic. If you would be traveling to Lithuania, there are a list of Lithuanian dishes I would suggest you to try. So one would be cepelinai. It's like
Potato on the outside.
potato dumplings.
Potato dumplings, interesting.
Second one is balandėliai or cabbage rolls.
Cabbage roll, that sounds very common.
Yeah, you have it in Taiwan, but the ingredients inside is like okay, the cabbage leaf is from the outside, and inside there's a minced meat together with the rice. And we also have vedarai. It's also made from the potatoes and some pork fat. And then you put inside the empty, cleaned pork intestine. Some restaurants, they named it out potato skin.
What? That doesn't sound very appetizing.
That doesn't sound, but some people still are willing to try.
If you ever go to Lithuania and you see that on the menu, don't be surprised. It's actual
Don't be
food.
surprised. We have this šakotis, like I said, dessert. It's a tree cake
Oh yeah, I've seen pictures of it.
Yeah.
It looks really crazy.
That's very delicious.
Like a spiky cake?
That's a spiky cake. Looks like a tree, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
it looks like a tree.
There is like a special machine for it, and we use for a special one occasions like a wedding, anniversaries.
A wedding?
Yeah, like a big party, you know,
Oh,
everybody
takes a piece out of it.
Yeah, kids, you know, they just take a small
Snippet.
spike, you know, and then eat it.
What are some of the famous tourist spots in Lithuania?
There are many places, I would say Vilnius and Kaunas, biggest cities. They have a very beautiful old towns. Mm-hmm. Nature is very beautiful. We have many regional parks. And there is a Hill of the Crosses, very famous place near Šiauliai. The beach. We don't have a big beach, a small beach, but the water is clean, it's cold. It's very beautiful, and also I would suggest to visit my hometown, Telšiai. It's not a big city, but I think also it's very beautiful.
So we've talked about food, we've talked about travel. Next up, looking back at the 1,000 years of Lithuanian history, we know that it has a lot of bouts with Russia, with Imperial Russia, with Soviet Russia. How does an average Lithuanian think about Russia nowadays?
As about people, we think it's okay. We have many friends also that are Russians, so it's okay, but we just don't like the politics.
Coming from the government in Russia?
Yes.
Yeah. Who do you think is the most famous Taiwanese person in Lithuania? If you ask like an average Lithuanian, who do you know that's from Taiwan, what do you think their answer would be?
I don't really know. I think they would say not a person. They would say a brand like Asus or Acer, like the computers, right? But for the person, I think that would be President.
President Tsai Ing-wen.
This Taiwan.
Okay.
Yes.
She's maybe the only one that would show up on the news in Lithuania?
No, there are more people, obviously, that are shown on TV. So it would be from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs or from the recently opened office in Lithuania, Taiwanese office in Lithuania.
Yeah. Let's follow up that question by asking, how does an average Lithuanian person think about Taiwan? Do they know like where it is?
I would say recently, because Taiwan's name is everywhere. Every day, you know, between like Lithuania, Taiwan, and China. I just would like to put in words, because Taiwan is far away, so many people, they don't really know the real Taiwan. They heard the name. I think still people need time and more information for knowing Taiwan.
Then why did the Lithuanian government chose to establish this friendship with Taiwan?
Because Lithuania is a democratic country, right? And we support democratic countries, we support human rights. That's why we support also Taiwan, same as we support also other countries. What is saying that China is not buying, you know, like high value products. It is just like raw materials. So you have raw materials, maybe you cut a tree or something, and then you send to China. Doesn't cost expensive, and you send there, it's not like you sell double price. So the profit is a little bit. But maybe in general, the money is big, but the profit is not that big.
Oh, got it.
Just some people that they are making business don't really care
about democratic
deeper
values.
Things,
Yeah. But that's very natural to see in a society. There's always going to be different voices.
Yes, of course. But I'm happy that Lithuanian government, they have like longer plans and bigger vision, you know, and the view, and they are going this way. So I'm really proud of my country.
Yes. And we in Taiwan are also very thankful and would want to reciprocate that friendly gesture. And I think it's also very valuable because it's rare. The last question we wanted to ask people, as citizens living in Taiwan, what are some of the things we could do to further strengthen that friendship, or to reciprocate that friendship?
I would say it would be really nice if more Lithuanians could come to Taiwan and more Taiwanese could travel and visit Lithuania for different purposes. Either that would be studies, or maybe like work holiday, or maybe some internship, or even work business opportunities. That would be really nice, or just like come visit Lithuania,
just
you know.
For fun, yeah?
Yes, for fun.
Yeah, for the people of the two countries to get to know each other better.
Yes, exactly.
I'm sure after COVID is over, a lot of Taiwanese people would love to visit Lithuania. So at the end of the video, if you want to learn more about Lithuania and to get involved in the community here in Taiwan, make sure you go visit Aušra's page, Facebook page, right? It's a community page.
Yes.
If you have any questions regarding Lithuania Aušra just said that she would be happy to answer them. Are you sure?
Sure.
There will be a lot of requests coming from because right after I posted this story, people were really active. I received hundreds of responses.
So besides the Facebook page, I also have an Instagram account, and I've never done this before, but if you are curious and have questions, so I will be happy to answer them all.
Don't harass her, okay? Like, be polite, but if you do have questions regarding Lithuania, Aušra here will be happy to answer them. Okay, thank you so much, Aušra. It has been a really good meal, and I will definitely try this out at home. 希望大家看完这支影片之后呢，有对立陶宛更深入的了解。那喜欢这支影片的话呢，记得点个赞。每个礼拜一的晚上7点会有新影片，那我们就下次见喽，拜拜。这次呢，我的餐具要非常小心的放在旁边。CAT 就是 Creators at Taiwan， 是一个为了台湾新媒体创作者打造的全新平台。如果想要更多的了解 CAT 的话，赶快下载 Hami Video App 去到 CAT 网红馆吧。